Hello everyone and welcome back to Trainz and the Barclay Super Granary route module. When you import a route into Trainz 2019, the environment is all messed up. Like all the colors and everything just looks really messed up. Especially if you're importing a route from Trainz 12 or older, so there's a lot of environmental tweaks we're doing. So that's what I'm doing here, and this is where things get special. So the Barclay Super Granary route is, since the railroad goes through the middle of the town, a lot of the sessions and things are going to take place during off-peak hours, I guess. So your dawns, late at night, dusk, things like that, because you don't want to gridlock the entire town. So nighttime is a very important aspect in this route, and as such, things need to be lit up. And the Trainz light rendering system is not the greatest, but it has one, and it actually looks pretty good. So in this video, we are going to be putting down lights, and I mean lots of lights. Way too many lights. Probably, I mean, the setting is Midwest, Iowa, Illinois, grain belt area, so there's probably way less street lights in an actual town, but adding the lights really gives you the ambiance that the town is alive, that people are going about their day, things like that. So adding lights to the parking lots, like this department store, for example. Adding lights to the gas station, even though it already has lights, but adding more lights, especially over by the interstate, those would have lots of lights. Adding lights to the train yards, because the turntable and the car shops and those things become critical components of the rail infrastructure inside this town. So I will say, doing all this stuff in the dark, it's not going to make the greatest video because you're not going to be able to see a lot, but it really is going to make a difference in the game. The video really doesn't do it justice, especially adding these little street lights, and I do need to go through because they're not all straight and things like that. I wish somebody would make a spline, like a street light spline that actually lit up like these do. But there isn't one that I know of at this time. So adding these little lights, will go back through because I already did some testing and found some that are out of place and trigger in my, custom building, this has to be perfect senses. So adding some parking lights and things like that. Now, unbelievably, what's going to happen right about now is the game crashed. It completely crashed. And so we actually lost quite a bit of progress, and here I am actually in the game redoing it. So pro tip, save routes often, especially when you're putting in lights, because those take a lot of graphical intensity. Some people put in the lights during the day. I don't know how you can do that because they're not on, so you don't know what they're actually lighting up. So that's why this video is all in the dark. So I'm actually coming back and redoing that parking lot right there. Now we're adding the lights in for the town, trying to kind of make it somewhat prototypical. You don't want to light up the town like it's the surface of the sun, but at the same time, people are going to be using lights, especially if you're doing a lot of rail operations at night. So we add lights to this big parking lot, which it's fine. I might rework this parking lot at some point because it's not very realistic. There's just too much parking. So whatever. So here we are. This is the town, doing the train yard now, adding in lights, and I just gotta say, adding shrubbery, adding lights, just brings this entire layout to life, and I'm really excited for when everything is working and you can actually run sessions in here. So with that, I'm going to stop commentating. We're almost to the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoy how the route's been progressing so far. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.